Tomorrow is the big protest in New York City, right?
That's right. It's the World Economic Forum. It's going to be at the Waldorf Astoria.
Now, what are they protesting? Economics?
I think they're against economics, right?
Yeah.
And capitalism. And I think they're against when they went nuts in Seattle against the World Trade Organization. They see it as some big global conglomerate that's going to run every aspect of our lives. That it's going to be a one world economy, new world order type deal, I guess.
Do we care as long as we get cable TV and New Balance shoes?
As long as I get my goods and services, I am fine.
That's what I like. I'm a communist, except for I love all the goods and services.
What do you like better, goods or services? I think I like goods better.
Yeah, but I can't do without my services.
Well, you got to have both.
Yeah.
They go hand in hand.
Because who wants goods if you have to get them yourself? That's Costco. I can't deal with that.
Or you got to buy in bulk.
At the very least, I need people to deliver me stuff, my goods.
That's one of my favorite of the services.
And without services, then you got to go up and, stand there waiting for the chef to finish your meal.
That's what they should say out there. Without services, what good are goods?
Right. So why, I don't understand why they're mad. They don't like the goods and services that we have?
I guess they have a real problem with it.
What do they want to do, churn butter?
That would stink.
I couldn't
make their own clothes.
Could you imagine if you woke up every morning and think, man, I'm hungry, I got to kill something immediately?
No.
I don't think I could pull it off.
The way these protesters come off, it seems like they should all be Amish.
Al, I know you don't like to book guests, but I think you need to book as a protester for tomorrow night.
What's he doing in the studio?
There he goes, going into his ass again. I could do that. No, you couldn't. Hey, by the way, you have to be careful what you're saying, Joe, because that Rudy is dumping us relentlessly. I found that out after the show last night. I don't know whether that one got a dump or not. But anything, he's very, very careful about anything that says ass, that might be coming this way or that way. So I looked at stuff last night. Even Rory was looking over and goes, I never would have dumped this before in the past.
Maybe if he could wait to get high till after the show.
Or I say get high before and relax. Maybe what we
I don't think he can. He's tried it that way.
Every night we throw some pot in the stairwell and let him chase it down there, and we're fine for the rest of the night. So anyway, I'd like to talk...
Get that pot!
I'd like to talk to some of these protesters and find out what the brouhaha is all about, Fez.
Sure, find out exactly what's wrong now. Streets are already closed. Parts of Lexington, parts of 1st Avenue, 51st Street, 50th Street, 49th Street, and 42nd Street in some areas.
All right, so these are the same guys that acted like idiots in Seattle, and they started breaking, windows and stuff.
Right, and going after the Starbucks, which we can't have in this town. We're going to protect our coffee.
All right, let me see, people are already complaining about the fight emails. They're waiting on Al Dukes to find out who's getting tickets to the big fight. Al, I need you to take care of that.
That's going to be February 22nd at the downtown Farmingdale, Long Island.
Right.
The big-ass night of fights. Joe Poo and Al Dukes headlining that card.
Who are you picking in that fight, Fuzzy?
I go back and forth so many times. I think right now today, I'm picking Joe Poo again.
I'm saying Al Dukes in a walk.
Really?
And let's go to the other fight. Billy Staples against Paranoid.
Paranoid?
Yeah, Paranoid in a walk.
You too? Yeah.
So I got...
a first-round knockout.
Oh, yeah. Oh, easily.
Yeah.
I got an email to read from Paranoid a little later on, Fuzzy.
Oh, okay.
If you're a fight fan, you don't want to miss this email.
All right, nice. Is he applying to the Nevada Athletic Commission?
In his mind, I think he's Tyson. Hey, Dave. Dave, you're on I Run a Fez.
Hey, Dave.
Hey, Ryan Fez. How you guys doing?
Hey, buddy.
With all these protesters and everything, they're going to cause a lot of trouble, so I'd like to start a protesting the protestors.
See, I never even understand all that.
Protesting.
I think that's the last thing the cops want, because they could end up hitting the wrong person with a stick.
Oh, that would suck.
Yeah. That's what we got to do, Fez. You have an over and under. How many of these guys get hit with sticks?
Oh, that'd be nice. So, 5-day summit, starting tomorrow. 4,000 cops are going to be deployed right there around the Waldorf Astoria Hotel.
4,000? How many cops we have in New York City?
That we could just put 4,000 in one spot.
Wouldn't that be considered an army?
Let's hope so.
Yeah.
And, of course, people remember the no mask rule. If you're going to protest, it's the no mask rule. If more than 2 people are protesting and wearing masks, you're all going to get arrested.
Now, what masks are they going to be wearing? Those Nixon masks? Are they still in with the protesters?
Protesters love Nixon masks.
They love a funny Nixon mask. And I got to admit, they make me laugh as well.
They freak me a little.
All right, here, I don't know who we have on the phones, but I will say this much.
The person you're trying to reach is drunk. Please try your call again.
Billy drinks around the house.
If Al's on those phones, we need one of those that says the person you've reached is gay.
We get plenty of them. Steve will get us plenty of those. All right, here's Dola. Dola, you're on Ron and Fez. How you doing, Dola?
Hey, Dola.
Hey, what's happening, guys?
Yeah.
So, I'm going to be there at the protest tomorrow, and Saturday as well, probably Friday night. I actually work about 2 blocks away from it, in Lexington and 46th.
All right, you're a local guy, right?
I'm actually from Staten Island. Now I'm living in Brooklyn, so, yeah, a little bit more local.
All right, tell me what the protest is about. I'll tell you the truth. I can never understand the message here.
That's all right. Well, I mean, the protest, there's so many different, factions coming together. There's a lot of things being protested. There's, you have just these economic policies that are being going out. And not really, there's no voice from the public, essentially. It's a closed-door thing. It's only, people representing from Nike and Monsanto, this, big biotech firm.
So your problem is that you personally aren't invited. You'd like to be there with the Nike people.
No, there's no, what I'm saying is there's no politicians that we elect that are being invited at all. It's
right, but it's a private meeting. It's like when the Disney people get together.
Right, and now why aren't there journalists allowed to be in there? It's all closed door.
Well, let me just play devil's advocate because I don't know the whole thing.
All right.
But let's suppose there was a business meeting, right? Between different businesses. Are journalists supposed to be there?
No, I understand. That's
private business,
They want to discuss mergers and acquisitions, whatever. That's fine. But these are policies that are going to shape the way, the business is being done throughout the 21st century and beyond. These are things that governments can't, once these rules are in place, even the governments have no say over what goes on.
So you think these people are all getting together so they can say, this is how we can control the common man?
Look, it's not a conspiracy theory. I mean, there's things like, the World Trade Organization. It's not just the WEF. People are coming there because it is, it's a sexy thing. It's not just the WEF that needs to be protested. It's things like the WTO, NAFTA, all these huge trade agreements, all these corporations, the media conglomerates, the things that you hear in the New York Post, the New York Times, they have a status quo to maintain. They're owned by GE, major companies with a large stake in this. So you're not going to get the whole side. That's why people are like, I don't understand what's being protested, blah, blah, blah.
Sometimes I think this, though, I think you overestimate how well these companies are run. We work for a gigantic company that you would say could control people's thoughts, could control people's opinions.
I hope so.
I'll tell you this.
I wouldn't go so far as to say it's mind controllable.
All right,
but
listen to me.
Way you get your news. I mean, what else?
All right, listen to me, though. This place is run like a complete cluster F. One person doesn't know what another person is doing.
Right.
You give these people too much credit.
Well, and
the people you're talking about.
Look to Enron to see
everybody
how ridiculous these
everybody who works for these companies are just like your neighbor. They're nobody else.
I understand.
They're not even particularly bright.
But they do, exactly, and this is why should they be controlling, what kind of decisions are being made about resources in Zimbabwe?
All they're trying to do is get to their next paycheck. It's not that big a deal. I think you guys are panicking over nothing.
I don't know, Ronnie.
I need somebody who's really high up and putting these protests together, Fezzi. I'm dying to know what it's really about.
Sure. Is it environmental? Is it New World Order stuff?
Dola,
what's the problem?
It's all that, guys.
If you guys start getting silly and they start hitting you with sticks and tear gas, you're running or staying?
I'm staying, man.
Hold your ground.
See what I mean? It's the thing where you don't know until you're there, so you know what I mean?
Dola, let me ask you this. I brought up the no mask rule, the law from 1845 that they're going to put into effect.
Right.
Now, a lot of the protesters say, hey, we have some street theater with some papier-mâché costumes and masks that we wanted to use. What kind of shows are we going to be in store for?
It's a common sense thing. If you're going there to make fun and have a humorous thing about it, that's fine. But if you're going there and you're going to look, kind of like an anarchist would, with, just a mask to intimidate people. That's another story, you know what I mean?
They usually just use that rule for the Klan.
Right, but now,
and why,
it's like a layover from Giuliani's total, umbrella rule.
Well,
it's like even the
stuff...
costumes that people are going there to obviously not break stuff. They're just going there
it's not like we haven't seen you guys break stuff before.
No, but I'm talking about the street, and you just brought up, the street theater, all that costume.
Yeah, but I saw those people in Seattle busting the buildings of small business owners. They were breaking out the windows and stuff. It's not like they're... these jolly, happy hippies are just being silly in the street.
Or go after the corporate giants that they claim to be against.
Well, one of the things that they were doing is Starbucks, Fezzy.
Oh, yeah.
I like to stop and get a Starbucks on my way to work. And I don't say...
You deserve.
All I say is normal people in there working. That's all I ever say. All right, thanks, Dola.
By the way, today's Smoke a Wednesday.
What you don't see, guys, is, the farmer out in wherever, Guatemala, that's getting undercut by these major corporations. It's just like it's out of sight, it's out of mind. We don't think... We have to stop thinking...
We got to start thinking about the Guatemalan farms.
We have to start
thinking about
these humanity in general.
These people down there are scratching in the dirt for a potato. I'd like to get down there and help them. Turn that farm into something. Get a couple of big companies down there and get that place moving.
Buy him a tractor.
All right, thanks, Dola. Best of luck with you. If anything, I recommend you wear a helmet. Forget the mask. Put on a helmet.
Later.
See you, Dola. All right, Dola, he's one of the protesters getting ready for tomorrow, the big World Economic Forum. 5 days of fun in New York City.
That should be interesting. Hey, Pete, you're on Ron and Fez. Hey, Pete.
Hey, how you doing?
Hey, buddy.
Yeah, I was just going to say to the last caller that after all the cops have been through, maybe he should think about running.
These cops, I think I would not give them the excuse to let them step up to the plate.
Exactly.
They're not going to take any ass from anybody.
It's been a long time since the cops really had a chance to light somebody up legally.
Sure. And
God bless them for it.
The frustrations this past year, they're ready to let loose.
Yeah. All right, thanks.
Hey, thanks.
Hey, Steve. Steve, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Steve.
Hey, what's up?
What can we do for you?
Hey, I just want to say, love the show, but...
it's great.
Another thing, I used to be a protester. I used to do a lot of stuff with political actions. And the reason I'm not going this week and this weekend into the city is because of the cops. Because of that. Because
Get Ronnie some water.
You're a little nervous about the cops.
I'm an older guy now, and I've got a lot of stuff to be afraid of. But the fact is I think a lot of the cops will be out there looking for a reason to hit some of these kids or to get back at some of these kids because you're protesting, you're standing up for what you believe in. But nowadays, because you're standing up for what you believe in, it might be considered as quote-unquote terrorism.
Yeah, it is. You have to remember that it's not like we haven't had terrorists in the city. Right. And it's not like any of us are in the mood for any kind of anarchy and chaos, right?
Nerves are on edge.
We all like to watch the Fight Club, but guess what? It's fiction.
Exactly, but the thing is these protesters, they're standing up for what they believe in. It's not terrorism at all. Like, the people who destroyed a Starbucks in Seattle, they weren't necessarily protesters who were there for a peaceful, change.
Yeah, but all right, Steve, maybe that's true, but they showed up with you guys, and you guys made that kind of environment where, some of the bad element could come out.
Right, it's happened at all these summits. It happened in Seattle, and it happened in Italy when they had the one there. They tore that place apart, Genoa.
Yeah,
you know what I like? What was it, the Republican convention in Philadelphia? Those cops smoked those kids. And we're going to shut the city of Philadelphia down. They got smoked.
There are a lot of people who have been hurt by a lot of cops and, back and forth. And it's just people trying to stand up for what they believe in. That's why, I dislike some of the things that this country does, but I'm proud to live here because I can give my voice and I can give... I kind of have the privilege of biting the hand that feeds.
I don't, some people do that.
If you want something changed, it goes back to the civil rights movement.
Well, here's the thing that I can never understand about you guys. I don't know what the beef is. I don't know what the complaints are.
There's a lot of things that need to be changed for human interest.
All right, I understand that. Go out and change them. What are you doing tying up traffic in New York?
Well, in order to get it changed, you got to protest. You got to stand out there. You got to try to get things changed. A mass of people out there will somewhat get things changed. Right, it doesn't do it that day.
Give me just one issue, Steve. Give me one issue that I can understand.
Here's all the with world glamour.
All right, I can't understand it.
I'm protesting bad cell phones.
All right, we lost your phone, buddy. Okay?
Bye.
All right, see, if sooner or later I'm going to find out one issue, Fuzzy,
Right.
that maybe will pique my interest a little bit.
Now, so far for the World Economic Forum, there's 3 designated areas. I'm not sure where they are. That protesters can go to. That's where they filled out the paperwork, and those areas have been designated for protesters so that everyone doesn't have to go running through the streets.
Why don't we just get them in Washington Square Park? It's historic, and it's not like anything bad can happen there.
It's all part of what the police are calling Operation Decorum at the Forum.
Oh, I like that.
Isn't that good?
Yeah.
That's good.
I still want the over-under on how many of these guys get their asses broken. Here's Alan. Alan, you're on Run of Fez.
Guatemalan potato farmers, that's what this guy's got?
It seemed like that's all I've heard so far.
It's unbelievable. I got to tell you, if that guy is their spokesman also, these protesters are in trouble.
Well, I mean, even when I read the paper or I watch this on the news, I never get that issue. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. It's not like, okay, we want blacks to be able to have the same voting rights as everybody else. It's not like, okay, we want
that'll happen.
It's not like we want to bring our boys back from Vietnam.
Right.
It's not like we want to, the right to choose what we do with our own bodies. They need to get specific.
There's nothing to be specific about.
Yeah. Some of their stuff is just way out there.
Everything's great. What's the beef?
Yeah, well.
Have you ever been to the Waldorf?
It's beautiful.
Oh, it's gorgeous.
That's what I try to explain to them. If you checked into the Waldorf for a couple of days and you had a really nice cigar and some brandy, you might like this stuff.
I appreciate it.
All right, see you later.
So here's part of the article running. Thousands of demonstrators plan to wear costumes and masks or march inside massive papier-mâché puppets to get out their message of anti-globalization. Could you be more vague? Anti-globalization.
So...
And what do papier-mâché puppets have the F to do with that?
Now, here's the other part of that, Fuzzy. You don't think that the people in Guatemala have a right to buy some McDonald's, to get a pizza, or have some Nike shoes?
Wouldn't that be nice?
Is that the beef?
Where's the beef?
Go to Guatemala and see whether you'd rather live there or North Jersey. That's what I'm trying to tell you. It's more comfortable. For all the bitching we do here, we're more comfortable.
877-692-1027 is our toll-free phone number.
Those people in South America and Africa, they shouldn't have cable TV? They shouldn't be betting on the Super Bowl this weekend?
They would love to see the Super Bowl.
Hey, Joey.
I bet they take the Rams.
All they got to do is have their own choice to it, Fuzzy. That's all I'm saying. Joey, you're on Run of Fez.
Hey, Joey.
Hey, what's going on?
Yeah.
What can we do for you?
4,000 cops from every street corner in Manhattan. They're spread out. They're waiting for all the freaks to come out at night this week.
You think the protesters are going to show up?
Yeah.
You think they're going to be here like they were in Seattle?
Uh-huh. Yeah, I think there's going to be a lot of them.
Okay. All right, Joey. I'm wondering how many of them would think, New York's been through a lot this past year. Most of us had to go through a thing for a while where there was roadblocks. There was always a little roadblock at my neighborhood. There was different things.
Get to the tunnels?
Yeah, whatever the situation is, we all kind of went along because we said this is a weird time. I don't know how open the normal person's going to be to these protests. I don't know how many people are going to be going, I saw the guy in the papier-mâché hats, and maybe they're right. Maybe I can get some literature and join that group. Timing is everything with a protest.
I saw the big papier-mâché rooster out there, and I think that's great.
Here's the thing. If we missed 2 meals, most of us would be at the next protest. But as long as we've got a roof over our head, we're eating, what's the protest? Are you kidding me? What's the big brouhaha about? Hey, now, they cut off the food. I'll be protesting, Fez.
Oh, yeah. I'll be out there with you digging for potatoes in Guatemala.
I'll be throwing a cinder block through an Acme. I'll be putting tasty cakes and yodels in my pockets and running through the cop lines.
I do it anyway.
All right, Rick. Rick, you're on Run of Fez.
Hey, Rick.
Hey, how you doing? What happens if they got the papier-mâché costumes on and it rains?
Now, do you honestly think that these idiots have thought of that even for a second through their bong hits?
They can't even come up with a real reason to protest.
How high do you got to be when you think we show up with papier-mâché hats, and believe me, some people are going to turn their heads. Maybe they'll think it's our real heads. How high do you have to be?
You show up there in beautiful, bright-colored costumes and papier-mâché puppets. People are going to think you're celebrating the summit.
Right. It's going to look like it's the Puerto Rican Day parade. I'll turn around and start grabbing ass.
Oh, I'll get Mango on a stick. That's good stuff.
Are you talking about the actor Mango from Saturday Night Live?
No.
Oh. Paul, you're on a fez.
A little bit.
Yes, my brother, he's an officer, and he's going to be working tomorrow. And he's got orders if these protesters even raise a tissue to blow their nose to call it a mask and to hit them. If they take out their glasses...
I'm not wearing any pants.
He's trying to do the bit.
Yeah.
He's trying to do this.
He was trying to stall till he could get it ready.
Yeah, he's trying to...
Oh, no.
They're all after the Melissa bit. Not going to happen for you, big man. I got to get somebody on the phones.
The person you're trying to reach is drunk. Please try your call again.
We're having a lot of trouble with that lately. Has anyone called the phone company to try to serve up our phone screener?
No, he's doing good, though.
Billy, drinks around the house.
Hey, Tom, you're on Run of Fez.
Hey, boys.
Yeah.
Big ass 4813.
Buddy.
I work at the phone company on 6th Avenue, and I seen these guys out there yesterday and today, taking pictures with fancy cameras and video recorders. And I struck up a conversation with a couple of these young guys. They're wearing Nike sneakers and stuff. I mean, it's ridiculous. I went on their website last night. There's like 65 different people who are going to be protesting, and the most ridiculous crap you've ever heard. I mean, I think Al's even going.
These
he has the right to suck men.
You know what I'd like to do? I'd like to put a mask on Al and send him down the stairs. And send him right into this thing saying, hey, Al, come on in here.
See if we can get through there. By the way, the last caller calling the protesters hypocrites, or as it was put on our phone screen, the protesters are Hippocrates.
Al, I want you to get a mask for tomorrow.
Okay.
I want you to get a T-shirt that says on the front, death to the American pigs, and on the back, I'm armed to the teeth. And then I'm going to send you downtown with just your hand in a bag.
He's already got a mask on. It's made of protein.
Is that a spunk mask you're wearing?
No,
Al?
That's supposed to be good for your skin, Al.
I've got a nice, clean complexion.
I know it's tied up those bags. It's really tightened up those bags under his eyes.
And then somewhere on your T-shirt, put like a $sign with that big circle and red cross through the center of it.
All right, Fez, here's
anti-money.
Here's an instant feedback. It says, as a police officer in New York, thank you guys for your support. I'd also like to thank the rocket scientists who decided it would be a good idea to hold this forum in New York. Just when we need 12-hour tours of standing on our feet, babysitting these rich, spoiled kids. It is true.
Now, I think it was a situation of this forum actually came to New York to help the New York economy.
Yeah. Right, thanks a lot for that. Like, we didn't see what they did everywhere else. He says...
it's going to cost us a lot more when we have to fix up the place.
He says, here's my advice to you protesters. Keep yourself in check. You don't want to provoke us. We're tired and we want to be home with our families. The last thing you want is for us to hurt you or get hurt ourselves. Haven't we been through enough already? I don't know, Fezzy. When Al gets down there with that mask on, the devil's mask, Diablo.
El Diablo having 5 days of fun at the forum.
Here's Joey. Joey, you're on Run of Fez.
Hey, Joey.
Hey, what's going on?
Yeah.
Run of Fez, how are you?
Good, sir. What can we do for you tonight?
These people that protested never protested in a city that has 30,000 police officers.
Yeah, that's true.
That are going to be angry. There's going to be 7 cops to every protester.
You know, they protested in Seattle where half the force cried the day Kurt Cobain killed himself.
Exactly.
You're in New York City.
They had to turn in their guns that day.
Now, here's what you got to...
a bunch of angry people.
Now, Fez, you're saying that they're bringing money to New York, this little economic...
Right, that was one of the reasons to bring this to New York, this forum.
All right, so they're getting rooms at the Waldorf, and they're probably buying some meals, cocktails, and maybe one of them will get on the city line and go around the thing. You got to figure cops in 5 boroughs right now are all scheduled to do 12-hour shifts.
Yeah.
What's that cost in the city?
When that time and a half and double time goes into effect.
I don't know what the hell's going to happen, but I hope these characters know where they're coming. You granola boys. You're not going to be sleeping in tents in Manhattan in Central Park.
Yeah, it's not Seattle. It's not Genoa.
Right, because most of them, they go out there. They don't even have a place to crash. Oh, they sleep over at each other's crash pads.
That's gross.
We're spending $2,000 a month for a studio apartment in this town. You think we want to hear your crap? You're going to get your ass whipped here. Hey, Ed, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Ed.
How are you?
Yeah, we're okay.
What can we do for you, Ed?
I don't know what neighborhood you're in, Ronnie, but I'm over on the east side, right on like their route to the Waldorf.
Yeah, right.
When the president, it's actually the UN area over there.
Mm-hmm.
Last 2 days ago, they put the signs up. No parking anytime the 30th to the 5th. Now, this is my normal block. I don't have a garage or anything. I gotta show picture ID just to get near my own block. And with the September, I mean, I've been in a war zone since forever.
Right. So, I mean, you can't park on the street like you normally do. You got to go blocks away.
Right. Coming home with groceries, it's hilarious. But the thing is, it's not just these guys. It's these UN guys, all the diplomats that get every perk in the world. Whenever they have a little party, a little something, you wake up in the morning, your car is gone, you call the precinct, they go, oh, you can look at it on 63rd between left.
Right. That's a hell of a haul, Fezzy. All right, thanks a lot, my friend. But he's right. It's been, if you live in that area with all the security for the UN since the 11th,
that's why we tell the protesters, listen, everyone's had their limit. And nobody wants anything else going wrong with their day.
Right. You're going to get smoked.
Exactly. So don't even think about it.
And, don't think I'm 125 pounds, I got long hair, I'm going to overthrow the government. Mm-hmm. First thing you know is to put on a little bit of bulk before you get all these grand schemes of what you're going to do with your life.
Hear that, stick folk?
Get on a Stack of Two program for yourself. You need to put on 40, 50 pounds before you even start thinking about taking on anybody.
This city will put up with nothing at this point.
All right, Tom's going to straighten me out. Hey, Tom, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, guys, what's up?
Hey, buddy.
Hey, Tom.
Hey, I really like what you guys are doing and giving an open forum to the protesters and let them express their opinions. And I'm just going to tell you that what Ronnie's saying about as long as I'm fine and I've got my TV and my stuff, then I'm all right. The process is just trying to do is raise awareness of the other people that are suffering. And it's basically raising the awareness of human suffering. And that the United States is the most wealthy country in the world, and we don't worry about these things.
Right. No, Tom, I think you're exactly wrong. I think that there's never been a country who's tried to help people more than the United States. Now, I got some stuff, I'm not going to lie to you, but also 50% of everything that I earn here gets given back before I even do my own stuff. I don't think there's ever been people, any nation, any cause that has given back more to the world and wants to raise the world standards as much as the United States.
I just think the protesters are saying that, a lot of people are still high on this idea that as long as we're okay, and
Tom, did you hear what I said?
Yeah, no, I got you.
And you have to agree with that, right?
Yes.
Has there ever been a class of wealthy people, and normally, Fezzi, when you talk about different societies, it's never been the kind of wealth that we have here. When you had England when they were big, or France, or Rome, it was only a few people that had the cash, and everybody, other peasants. Here, overall, most of the people from the middle class up do pretty well for themselves. But I think most people give back through their taxes and through other things. I think you're bitching at the wrong guys, Tom.
Okay.
And Tommy, if people are trying to protest and make everyone aware of the world plight, throwing chairs through Starbucks windows doesn't get that done.
I totally agree. A lot of people misinterpret the meaning of the word anarchy. It doesn't mean chaos and violence. It means a peaceful existence where everyone's equal.
All right, but that's what you got to do. You got to take care of each other as protesters.
I totally agree with that.
You shouldn't be putting on a protest before you can do that, before you can police yourself. You're going to come in and tell the rest of us how to live, where you're saying we can't even run our own peaceful protest peacefully.
All right.
And I don't think paper mache is going to do the job either.
All right, that was the closest we had somebody trying to straighten us out, Fez, and he caved. I want to have one of the real protest leaders on the show. That's all I've ever wanted. I want to hear I want to know what the problem is. That people are starving overseas. We're doing what we can.
Right. The exact issues. Why are you so mad at these people that are gathering together to help build a world economy?
Are you saying that the people of the United States don't attempt to help each other? I mean, one thing we learned that from the 11th. We don't know what... We now have accounting problems of what to do. And I'm not talking about the government. I'm talking about normal people in the United States. Went out of their way to say... How can I help? How can I help?
And people actually had to be turned away and told, you can't help right now, down the road, but right now, we're just overwhelmed with the help.
Right. We were on the air the night of the 11th, and we started that bring blankets, Within 2 days, everybody was saying this, enough with the food and the blankets and the gloves. The people are giving too much. You can't say the people of the United States don't have a heart.
877-692-1027.
We're on a Fez.
It's Operation Decorum at the Forum. We're on a Fez. Protesters coming into town. The World Economic Forum starts tomorrow at the Waldorf.
At the very least, Fez, it should make for some good TV.
Sure. Protesters told, hey, don't try wearing masks, don't get out of line. Ready to crack heads. And crackheads.
All right, Jim is going to be one of the protesters. He's on the line with us now. He's going to finally explain to us what this is all about, Fuzzy. Hey, Jim, you're on Run a Fez.
Hi, Jim.
Yes, hi, how are you?
Hey, buddy.
Basically, I'm on my way right now to a meeting that's going to be explaining what's going on for the protest. There's a lot of people that are all about the protest and everything, and I'm just going to, get informed and really find out what it's all about. There's a lot of really good people speaking, and they're talking about how the World Economic Forum is a club for the richest, most powerful people around the world, and they decided to meet in New York to, quote, show solidarity with the people. But the only plans that they really have for the working people in New York or anywhere else around the globe is the same, which is a free market agenda that only benefits the rich. Which, honestly, I'm explaining that in English is down to the whole Nike example you guys used before, where, granted, I've worn Nikes, everyone's worn Nikes, but the fact that they're working in slave shops in other areas of the world to make this
No doubt about that. No doubt about that. That's not good for anybody.
But, I wouldn't mind spending $100 for sneakers if some of that money was going back into the pockets of the workers here in America, and we weren't, just losing out on the whole deal. They make all the money, who are the people that are going to be at these type of things.
Right. And, actually, a lot of people in this country have never supported unions, and a lot of the business has left this country to go to places like that. So you're right about that, Jim. All right, buddy. Well, when you find out or have some of those guys call us tomorrow, we'll be watching TV.
All right, definitely.
All right, that's it.
Wave to us.
Fezzy, are you going to go down there at all?
I might check it out.
Yeah.
I don't think my curiosity will let me stay away.
Yeah. I'll be watching TV if I see you get maced somewhere. They just maced Fez.
I'll just be holding up a sign. Ronnie, come get me!
No, I'm not going down there.
Help!
I can't run as fast as I used to. I don't want to get my ass whipped. Hey, Eric, you're on Fez.
Hey, Eric.
Hey.
Yeah.
13447.
What can we do for you?
I got into a fight with a member of PETA.
Yeah. How'd that happen?
All right. I was driving into a McDonald's to get a drink of water because I was thirsty, and they give you free cups of water through the drive-thru. And
Eric, any reason why you called us? Is there any reason at all?
He's protesting water.
No. Yeah, I'm getting to that. This guy was protesting meat, and he threw a frozen hamburger patty at my car. So
now, if they think that means murder, why would they throw frozen hamburgers? You're making this story up, Eric.
No, I'm not. I got out, and he threw one at me, so I kicked his ass.
All right, you're making up a lie. This is a lie.
No,
adults are having a conversation, and you called with a lie.
I hope you protest this weekend and get your skull cracked, Eric.
I think he's on the other side. He's trying to act like he beat up protesters, man.
Right.
Yeah, all right. See you later.
He's going to stop PETA.
Hey, Kevin. Kevin, you're on Fez.
Hey, Kevin.
Yeah, what's going on?
How you doing, buddy?
These kids are going to get rocked.
Yeah, they're
absolutely rocked.
Yeah, this thing is going to be worse than the Super Bowl.
Sure, they're dealing with a city and a police department that just has no patience.
They're going to get smoked.
I was down there today. The cops are everywhere.
Yeah.
They're under the manhole covers. They're everywhere.
I know, man. They're up in the buildings. They're everywhere you look.
It's going to be bad.
I'll tell you, we don't even need Batman in this town anymore.
No, not at all.
Get out, Batman.
Our cops are Batman. They're ready to smoke. All right, see you later. Okay. The cops are like the Justice League anymore. They got all kinds of stuff.
They are organized. They've got the equipment. They've got the technology. And they've been rehearsing riot activities for weeks now.
Hey, Earl, why don't you head down there tomorrow with some kind of We Shall Overcome bit?
Yeah, you want to do that?
I'll pass.
Come on, seriously. Come on, Chicago 8 all over again.
Free Huey.
You're Huey down there. Though our brother's bound and gagged.
No, well.
Seriously, I'll get a free Earl thing going on Friday.
I like my skull just the way it is, uncracked.
Yeah.
That thing's never been hit?
It's tilted.
Fooled me.
Hey, George, you're on a fist.
Hey, George.
You know, hey, what's going on, guys? Yeah. You know what's so funny, though, is the moment these guys get a chance, one of them is going to become a lawyer, and defending the industries that they're fighting against, earning $200,000 a year. They're not making enough money. That's all they got to complain about.
All right, man. See you later. I don't know if that's true. Some of these people are, they believe what they believe. I just don't understand how the papier-mâché heads are going to help anything.
I think it makes you look like you're down there to have a good time.
Yeah.
What could look happier than papier-mâché puppets?
Hey, Doug, you're on Run a Fez.
Hey, Doug.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Yeah.
I was just saying, you want to have some pissed-off cops, don't let them be home for the Super Bowl. How are they going to feel about that? They're going to bust heads for that.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, I didn't think about that, man.
Right.
You make a
You
cop...
got to work in overtime, first of all, and then they're not home drinking or out at the bar or at their friend's house.
I didn't even think of that. That's so stupid. And, these little granola eaters, they have no idea it's Super Bowl Sunday.
They don't know who's playing.
Right.
This thing runs Thursday through Monday. It wraps up Monday.
Oh, you a-holes.
God, that is so wrong. This past Sunday, I went to a kid's birthday party. I had to stay in the back because that's just the situation I'm in. And there was a little TV back there so I could watch the AFC Championship game, the Pats and the Steelers.
Right.
Some guy walks in the kitchen. He goes, "What you got on there? Baseball game?"
Oh, that's so stupid.
I'm going, "Oh my God!"
Right. You should just say to the guy, "When are you going to turn in your penis?"
Right.
Because you're wasting yours. You could have a nice vagina and nobody would be mad. Hey, Danny, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Danny.
Yeah.
Yeah, how are you, my friend?
Yeah, I'm all right. I'm a cop and a lifelong Patriots fan, and I just want to say, if I got to miss the Super Bowl on Sunday, someone's definitely getting an ass whooping.
All right, so
whether they deserve it or not.
Now, here you are. You've waited how many years for the Pats to get back in this thing?
96.
Right. And it's only their third time to the Super Bowl. This is your team, and you're going to miss it? Oh, my God. I never even thought of that.
Mm-hmm.
That is just brutal. All right. It's licensed to punish.
They're going down Friday, Fright Style.
All right. That's a good idea. All right, say it. You guys hear that? You know that these comps are waiting to see their team.
Exactly. Now they're missing the Super Bowl. So if you intend on going out and protesting, just realize what you're up against.
Here's what the police are saying.
You're going out Friday Fright Style, all right? See ya, partner.
How we missed Lisa before she turned on us, huh, Fez?
Yeah.
She used to be our favorite.
Those were the days.
Yeah, those were the days. Well, some of these protesters, to me, they just want the 60s back.
Yeah, it's like they're trying to cling to a time that they weren't included in.
A lot of... Who's at that door?
Oh, that's a character doorbell, Ronnie.
Let him in. Who is it?
Gee whiz.
Oh, it's Latter-day Jim Morrison.
Right.
Jim Morrison here is, Latter-day Jim Morrison. Right. A little puffier.
A lot heavier.
Are you in town for the protest, Jim?
Hell yeah. How y'all doing?
Hey, Latter-day Jim Morrison.
What's going on?
Yeah. You're here for all the protest?
I'm here for the protest. We're in a part of the world right now where people want to fight or F cats and dogs that are sleeping together in the streets.
All right, that's just trying to do a little bit. You saw the odds on this, right? It's 5-1. 1 and 5. You guys take an ass whipping.
Hey, everybody's going to be upset tomorrow. I just want everybody to make love. Love.
Make love. All right, okay.
I don't want to make love. Just don't break anything. No vandalism.
Throw a Molotov cocktail and make love in the streets.
That doesn't even make sense, Jim Morrison.
Wrong.
You were so much better when you were younger and sexier. You're so puffy and bloated now.
I know. Quit trying to squeeze in those leather pants. They ain't working for you anymore, Jim.
Hey, we'll see if you look as good as me at your age.
Doesn't even
I am my age.
Doesn't make sense.
What a moron.
You're not making sense, Latter-day Jim Morrison.
I'm exactly my age.
Now you're gonna be at the protest?
I'm gonna be at the protest.
All right.
Yeah. All
right. Talk to you later, Jim Morrison.
I'm going back to New Haven.
Yeah, where's that at?
In Connecticut.
All right.
In the United States of America.
I saw that movie, Oliver Stone.
Why don't you protest there?
All right.
All right, what else is in
We need some sort of backwards character doorbell.
Yeah, just a way of them leaving. Goodbye, Latter-day, and then there's like a door.
Yeah, what about a character door slam?
Yeah, there's got to be some kind of exit for the characters. I don't know, Fezzy. I think there's going to be...
Someone help the Peace Frog out the character door.
I think there's going to be blood in the streets here, Fezzy.
Yeah.
In the town of New York City.
From New York to New Haven.
I think there's going to be blood in the streets in the Avenue of Lexington. Yeah. I don't know. It's going to be fun to watch, though. Here's Mike. Mike, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Mike.
What up, fellas?
Hey, buddy.
What can we do for you, Mike?
Yeah, so you got companies like Ford and Chevrolet going into China. They're going to make 1 billion auto owners. What do you think the environment's going to? What do you think's going to happen to that?
Right, those people don't deserve to drive cars in China. It's only us.
No, well, I guess the ozone doesn't deserve to stick around, right?
You don't drive a car?
No, I don't, sir.
Well, how do you get back and forth? You live in the city?
That's correct.
All right, so that helps. What if you end up living up in North Jersey somewhere? You're going to walk 8 miles to work every day?
How about we build the mass transit system throughout the whole world? It can be done. Why don't we put our efforts into that instead of into cars that, guzzle up resources that are, leaving the ground as we speak? What do you think this whole war in Afghanistan's about?
We're chasing terrorists down.
Right. We're also going to make a pipeline through that country. You know about that? Do you know what kind of resources are underground in there?
Yeah.
That these countries are lining up for?
Yeah, I saw one across Canada. There's so many resources over there. That's why those people live the way they do.
Because, they haven't tapped it yet, dude. What do you think the Middle East was like before we got in there and drilled?
Maybe they need people like us to get over there and start fixing things up. In the meantime, it's easier for you to walk to work when you live in the village.
No,
yes. I
was in Alaska cleaning up the Exxon Valdez.
Yeah.
You don't know about that.
Oh, I never heard of the Exxon Valdez. That's all.
It was horrible. There was a seal with oil on it.
Yeah, I know. It was kept off the news. It's no one ever let us know, Fezzy. It wasn't on the news every single night. Every time there was a seagull with oil on its feathers, it wasn't in the news.
We had to watch them getting Clorox.
It's a big cover-up.
I love these guys because they were always the one guy that was in the middle of everything.
Right.
I've been there to the pipeline. I've been there.
Right, yeah, you've been.
Maldives.
Right.
I've been to Afghanistan.
I do nothing. I'm no help because there's not...
Every one of these guys has been in every single situation. I was at Tiananmen Square.
You know what? So spend your time inventing this electric car wheel. I'll drive one. I don't care.
That would be cool.
I want to have one of those little people movers. I'm not against that.
Yeah, those things are great.
But don't put on a papier-mâché hat and think I'm going to follow you. Like it's Chinese New Year.
Because it's not going to happen. You're the rat.
Here's what I hate, Fezzy. Half of them say we are dealing with foreign people. Mm-hmm. The other half say we don't do enough for the foreign people.
Yeah.
No matter what we do, we're wrong. And actually, it always comes back to me and Fez being the ones that are wrong. Somehow...
What we do so wrong?
Somehow me and Fez are the big pollutants here. We're destroying everything.
They're mad at us because we succeeded.
If we get the real guys on the show, I'll listen to them. That last guy, idiot.
Right. Along with the guy who got into a fight because someone threw a hamburger patty at him. All liars.
I know. They're liars.
877-692-1027.
We'll take a break. We'll come back and start the show.
All right. We'll do.
All right. Yeah. It's the Ron and Fez Show.